Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm sure you're focusing your attention on that right now, but that's not what this video is about. There was a video on that, on how to make this. This is a DIY gunstock, but as the title suggests, this is a completely free gunstock brace, which I am going to show you. And it is so small and it is free. It fits in my hands and here it is. Simply put, guys, it is a USB cable. A USB cable with loops on either side. I've used cable ties to create these loops, so a thumb loop and a wrist loop. Very, very simple. And let me show you, let me talk about the concept of what it does and how well it works and, you know, why you should do this. So when you are in VR, in a shooting game, with a rifle and your hands are like that, what you'll discover is there's always a little bit of wobble. By using this, a little bit of tension between the controllers, it keeps them aligned and it keeps them steady. And you'll be able to find, and you will find, you're going to be able to aim with a lot more consistency. You'll be able to acquire targets. Just having this tension between the controllers is a much more stable platform for aiming and staying on target, particularly if you're moving around. You know, when you're moving around with your hands like that, there's always a little bit of wobble. You're not going to be accurate, which is why gun stocks are really good. These VR gun stocks are fantastic for that, since they are obviously keep the controllers aligned, keeps your aim aligned. But when your hands are like that, particularly if you're looking down a magnified scope, it's really hard to stay on target when you're trying to aim and move around. Any bit of movement is increased down the scope and you're all over the show. And obviously it's less of a problem when you're using, you know, iron sights or something like that, or red dot. But even so, you're still not going to be as accurate as a guy using one of these gun stocks. However, buying a gun stock costs you money, either DIY or spending what, $100, $150, $200 for these things. And the other thing about these VR gun stocks, if you've never used one, is they are very cumbersome. Reloading, changing to pistols, you're trying to get both the controllers out when you need both hands, and then trying to get the controllers back into the stock, whether it's magnets or cups, whatever it is, it's harder to do. You are distracted, you are at a disadvantage to the guy with his hands free. And but you do have the advantage of being able to aim and shoot him with a lot more accuracy. And the guy with the hands which are free, he can reload quicker, but he's going to be less accurate. So it's give and take. But using this is no longer a problem. You don't have the problem of the cumbersome nature. You have this freedom, be able to reload, take the clip out, put a new clip in, charge the handle, and then get back onto the handguard, and you're back in the game and you've got no problems at all. Again, you know, changing to pistol, you have no problems there. Then going back to rifle, boom. And then obviously throwing grenades or whatever, you know, maybe, you know, you're trying to use a dagger, you still have the freedom of your hands, obviously slightly tethered, but you still have the freedom to do everything as before without the cumbersome nature of having to deal with the stock on your body to begin with, handling it, and also trying to get these things back into the stock. And it does make a difference. Using this, the bit of tension will steady your hands, it will make the controllers aligned, it will keep them aligned. And when you're moving around, especially when you're moving around, you're trying to keep that aim point down, you'll find you're going to be able to acquire and keep on target a lot easier. And it will improve your competitiveness, no doubt. So there you go, guys. One last look at this. It's very simple, isn't it? It's just a USB cable. I would suggest using a USB cable rather than using some sort of cord, as you want something which is smooth, but also obviously something that's stiff, which, you know, standard USB cable is doing that job, and it's also going to be, you know, smooth against your skin. And you can see I've just left the bits on the end, so it's still, you know, I can still use it as a cable, but yeah, I might just snip the bits off. But this is brilliant. It really is a good device. And as I said, it's completely free. I mean, you know, cable ties and a USB cable. Costs you nothing to try, and I'm sure you'll agree when you try it, it does improve your aim and you will be more competitive. So there you go, guys. Hope you found it useful, and if you do try it, please do drop a comment below the video. Let me know how you got on, because I'm sure it will transform your ability to, you know, aim using your controllers. And of course, actually, one last thing before I leave, because obviously I showed it with the Quest 2 controllers. This will work with any controller, of course. You know, there's no difference where you use these wands. Same deal. You know, absolutely fine. Perfect. And there you go. So yeah, pretty much compatible with any controller. I can't imagine this wouldn't work with anything, guys. You know, I'm sure you're going to have a fine day of it with any controller that you're using. So it doesn't need to be the Quest 2 ones, doesn't need to be those. It can be any set of controllers, frankly. And you should still have the same advantage using this brace. Well, there you go. Hope you found it useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, and bye-bye.